Hello everyone, this is my Chromebook. So you can see I have R+Block, R+Task 2, R+Task 3, I have my Linux terminal, I have my Thonny, and I have the regular Scratch 2 also there. So let's go to Block. So Block come up. So make sure that you have Dream, what I have. The more here, you have lots of things settings, so you can set Bluetooth, load to the e-manual, version number, change the language. It looks like English, Chinese, and Korean. Okay. On a workspace, save, load, clear, new, delete. On task, you can convert a R+Block program to task and then download it also. You can do that. Okay, so let's look how it goes over here. So in control block, we have timer, endless loop, forever loop, counting loop, the regular while loop, a conditional loop here, an if, plain if do, or if do else, and also have wait until something happens. Motion wise, you can control port 1 and port 2, that's the gear motor. Port 3 and 4, that's the servo motor. You can also set the position of any servo motor out of port 3 and port 4 to a certain position, but you cannot read the present position right now. Okay, port 4 and 3 can also use an orange LED module there, orange light, blue light. You can access to the musical scale, that means the buzzer on the CM150, and you can play melody. Sensor, you can read the internal sensor, left, middle, right, and compare it to some numbers. You can read real-time sound counter value and compare to some numbers. You can read the final result of sound counter value and compare to some numbers. Likewise, you can read port 3 or port 4, compare the IR sensor to some numbers, or if you use a touch sensor, you can compare with some numbers. You can print string, or you can print number, numerical value, or of the certain variable in there too. If you need to get access to any of the integral IR sensor, left, middle, center, you can have it here. You can just pick up the number of the real-time counter or the final sound counter. Also, you can reset the sound counter value to 0, that sort of thing. Of course, you can also pick up port 3 and port 4 if you have IR sensor there or touch sensor there to get the numbers. Calculation. You have constant, you have arithmetics, you have comparison, you have and or logic also. Variable, you can create a new variable and just type it in. And then you can set it, change it, get the access the numerical value to save in var1 or item, and you can change that. Function, regular function definition, call a function and return. So my CM150 just save its power there, so I need to turn it back on. And let me load up one example. Let's see, let's do IR sensor throughput. Where did you go? So this is a simple program. Oh, one thing, if you remember, you used Scratch, MIT Scratch before. where each of the block diagram you can just run them on their own. No, that doesn't work in R+Block. Everything has to be hooked up to the start in order for the program to run. Of course, you can have functions and stuff, but you can see, so these two guys here are not in the program at all. They're just there. Think of them as they're being commented out there if they're not connected to start. So I have forever loop. I'm going to read left and right IR and just print them out. So let's see how it goes. I should have my Bluetooth receiver connected already, but we can do it here too. So if you just play, okay, it took it running. So it's running the number out here. Okay, so that's kind of slow. And also, I found out that right now these numbers do not match with the numbers coming out from the manager tool. Okay, so, and also you can see it nicely here. You can see the animation aspect of the R+Block, which is nice to see how it goes. And I'm gonna bring in task 2. And that's the wrong BT, so I need to change to the current one, which is 67. Let's hope it picked up. Alright, it picked it up. Well, good. You need to go to editor. And let's see. I should have our throughput there. Okay. So this is the IR throughput. This is the IR throughput that is converted from the R+Block program directly into an equivalent task 2 program, and you can see it lots of variable. That's how they change it. They use it lots of variable to replace it. Like for example, if you run error, this little program here is using 9 variable already. Let's see. Let's download to see how it works. It connected. Download 100%. Perfect. Let's see how it runs. Here we go. Go to debug. And you probably have to turn it off. Turn it back on again to run the code. Here we go, it's running. So that's how it runs. The interface is kind of poor right now because I'm going through the remote screen here, so it's having a hard time doing it here. So this time I'm going to run without the Remote Chromebook Capture. So you can see I only have a small little screen of a video camera now. And I have downloaded the task code onto the CM550. I'm turning it back on again. Let it go. And let's connect. So hopefully you can see it, but maybe not very well. But the data flow, no. Sometimes it just turns itself off too. Here we go. Let's try again. Connecting. It's connected. Okay, so the flow is pretty good here. You don't see the number, but at least you can see it changing very quickly here. It's doing okay, pretty fast. Just the program output monitor on the Chromebook cannot keep up with it. So this was not the Remote Chromebook desktop that is the problem. It's the problem of the Chromebook itself. Hello everyone. So this time I'm using Thonny on the Chromebook, and this time you can see over here this is a USB BT410 dongle, and this is a CM151 with embedded BLE, so they're connected together, and you can through Linux. So let's go through the, if I can get a hold of the Linux terminal. So you can see that it's attached using TTY USB 0. Okay. So, and here the code. This is a special module that I made to connect between the Linux TTY USB 0 and the CM151 over here. So everything's set to go. Let's see how it runs. Okay, so data throughput is very smooth. As you can see, it's not as fast as a task program, but definitely faster and smoother than the R+Block program.